I'm here with Claudia King, CEO and founder of Firmsy. Claudia, I'd love for you to share with the audience the values of the firm, how you came to have them, and what it means for kind of making the decisions on a day-to-day basis.
So we're very much a mission, vision, values driven company. That's very important to me around creating a good culture around those things. So our mission at Firmsy is to help 1 million lawyers build their dream law firms so that together, as in Firmsy and them, we can revolutionise the industry together. Mm-hmm. And my vision is really to create a world where lawyers love their work, people actually love lawyers, and lawyers love to work with one another. And currently, none of those things are very true, as you'll probably know from lawyers being the butt of many jokes.
Yep.
So, and in terms of our values, so we've got 4 core values. The first one is juicy, which is a word that I love, and that means that everything that we design and create in our business is dripping with goodness. Mm-hmm. So that's from the content that we create to the software that we design and develop, to the education and training that we deliver to our customers. It all needs to be very juicy. The next one is fierce. So we are renegades who always find a way. That's all about being resourceful and not taking no for an answer and carrying on going until you get where you need to go. Mm. The next one is freedom. So we all say, think, and do what we feel is right, which is really important to us because a lot of my team were previously lawyers.
Yeah. And
it's a legal industry. It's an industry where there is a lot of unspoken expectations and rules and I suppose traditions around the way that you need to be and behave. So, getting away from that is really quite liberating and freeing. And then finally, the fourth one is connected. So we're true to ourselves and we feel connected to our people, and so that's the team. So we make sure that we do things to feel connected with one another. Mm-hmm. And also with our other people. So our board of directors, our shareholders, our audience, our customers, and all the other people that we work with, like our suppliers and our contractors.
It's great hearing somebody have so much clarity in what they want and who they're serving. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about the process of getting to that point of understanding the mission and the values.
So when I first became a business owner back in 2010, I think it was, I was 26, I'd never run a business before, and one of the first things I did was get a business coach. And one of the first things she took me through was mission, vision, and values. And I just loved that process. So it's something that I've always done for my businesses. When I first launched Firmsy, I created our mission, vision, and values. They're different to what we have now because It was really just me at that point. And so I created the mission, vision, and values based on what I believed at that time. And while it has shifted a bit, the mission and the vision haven't really shifted, but the values, they've just become, I suppose, clearer. Yep. And the team has had a lot of input into exactly what they are and the wording around them, but they still do very much reflect my own personal values as well. Mm-hmm.
I'd love for you to just share a little bit about growing up. And at what point did you know actually that you were going to become or train to be a lawyer yourself?
I think that I always really admired my father. He was always talking about really interesting things, and he would share those things with us at the dinner table every night. And I think, I was inspired from a young age to be a lawyer. I was always good at writing. I've always been pretty good at arguing. So it felt like sort of a natural fit.
Yep.
So yes, I guess I always grew up thinking that I would be a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about this, the vision and the mission is around impacting 1 million lawyers. Some people might say, well, that's just a ridiculous number. I know from speaking to you, and I sense that you are absolutely driven to get to that point. Have you got a time in mind as to when you're going to get there? Are there certain milestones that you need to kind of get towards that space?
There's definitely milestones towards getting towards that space. In terms of a time frame for achieving the million, I guess if I could do it in 10 years, that would feel like a good result.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what drives you to help 1 million people? And obviously all the people that they're helping at the same point afterwards.
Yeah, so I suppose it's twofold. The first is that I have a lot of empathy for lawyers. It's a very demanding job. The demands of clients are only getting sort of more intense, and there's a lot of mental unwellness among lawyers, particularly busy working parents who are in the legal profession. There's a lot of challenges there, and so I feel very driven to help them figure out how to run their law firms in a way that better suits their lifestyle and fits in with their values, and that is joyful for them. So that's part of it. And then the second part of it is I really want to help clients get a better service and get a better experience from the legal industry with better access to justice and to legal help. I could see through my role as a lawyer that there was a lot of frustration among people about lawyers' bills not being clear and getting fees and bills that they were surprised about, and people getting frustrated because their lawyer took days to call them back, and feeling uncertain because their lawyer wasn't explaining things using language that they understood, and so they felt disempowered around their whole legal situation. And so being able to help lawyers create an experience for clients that makes pricing clear and makes their legal rights clear and makes them know what's next in the legal process with some certainty, that is the second part of what drives me. I really want to be able to create that for more people around the world.
If Firmsy had existed when you had your own law firm, what difference would it have made to you with how you were running your practice?
Well, I think that instead of, I had a couple of years there where I decided that I wanted to give my clients a better experience, an online experience, and because there wasn't anything that existed for me and I had to go out and create it myself, it meant that there were a couple of years there where I had to go through like the build of technology, which is, if you've ever done that, there are challenges that go with that, and it's very expensive, and how long is it going to take? Well, who knows, and all those things. And then also I had to figure out, once I sort of had the technology to do it, like how do you market and sell these services online? So there were a number of challenges there where, had Firmsy existed, I could have grown a lot faster.